And Nan? We're also doing the check-ins. So how are you feeling from 1 to 10, and how's the weather for you? Okay. How about you, Gabe?
Hey guys, you all can hear me, right?
Yes. Yeah.
You can turn on my computer if you want.
Okay, so I'm Gabe. My name is Gabriel, although pretty much everybody who knows me calls me Gabe. I'm the Campus Arts and Life section editor of The Independent, and on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say my day has been so far 8.5. I just got some lunch from this place called Cozy Corner that's near where my sister lives, and the weather has been fantastic. I mean, this has sort of been the best day all year.
No. Nice. Disagree. It's not the best day all year. It was like last week when we had like 50 degrees.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Okay. I take it back. Maybe second.
I didn't realize I was that audible. Yeah, you got you.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's you.
No. There's just no anonymous shit talking. There it is. Lay your cards on the table.
Dash, I believe you answered the first half. Oh, you're going up to 7? Okay. How about the weather for you? Let's see. I believe his mic is muted. Surprisingly not cold. Okay. Yeah. All right, Bella, it's your turn.
Hi, I'm Bella, and I'm a staff writer for The Independent, and what I mainly write is centered around entertainment and pop culture, like movie releases, TV releases, and at times stage shows. How I'm feeling, I would say like 8.2. Like, I'm a little tired, but can't complain. And the weather for me, I would say it's like medium, like not cold, not hot.
Okay. Well, welcome everybody to this meeting. I know for some of you, you were excited to do the photography workshop with our school's photographer, Todd. Unfortunately, like I said in our email, he did have to cancel because he's out sick, and it might be the case for the next week or so. So we'll see if we can reschedule for later in the month or next month. I did want to do a quick check-in because we have some articles that we're waiting and are in progress. So I believe, Zachariah, you're up first, since you have 2 articles for this issue.
Yeah, the Northside one is done.
Yep.
Everything. I haven't received any responses from KBJ or Childers, so I'll probably give them another day and then just write somewhere in there that they were contacted with no response, and that'll be done. The other one, I'm still trying to find somebody I can speak to from a Jewish perspective for the discussion of the campus response to the Palestinian situation. So I'm still in progress on that one. Given that it's due in 2 days, it'll probably get pushed to the next issue.
Okay.
What grade Jewish?
What? Oh, faculty members.
Okay. Well, there's Edie. She is Jewish, but I know she has some hesitation about speaking stuff like that.
What is there a name?
I can ask you.
Yeah.
And I'll get back to you, but
Okay.
yeah, I don't. I'll get back. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, because Stockdale was supposed to give me some people, but he has not sent me anybody else. And I've messaged to other people who were, Dan Milski, I don't know if you've heard about the thing with Dan Milski. I don't know what he was apparently DMing some alumni here telling them to stop posting about Palestine and stuff like that. So I tried to get in contact with him because he is clearly on the other end of the spectrum. No response. And then I was suggested somebody who had expressed Zionist feelings, and so I emailed that person as well. Also no response. So I'm trying to find somebody to go on record.
Okay.
Even if those two don't give you responses, you can say, I reached out to these people.
No doubt,
No
no
comment.
doubt, yeah. I'm, good point. Because if anything, I can try to, I can make it ready by the 8th. But since it is like kind of like a wide ranging, like talking about the faculty comments and the UPI and everything like that, do you think it would be too one-sided?
I mean, well, that's the thing for something like this. You would want to get somebody from the opposite side to reach out to do an interview. And that's the thing, like nobody's really reached out back. So, but you said it's mostly done otherwise?
Yeah. Well, I did a 45-minute interview with Stockdale about everything. He went on record with kind of like a lot of helpful stuff talking about the way the faculty is behind closed doors, different to how they were on those anonymous comments and stuff like that. So, yeah.
I mean, if you're worried about it being like too one-sided, and you do decide to publish it, you could always just do a follow-up, like have the follow-up focused heavily on the other perspective. In which case, it would still, at least to me, it would still come off as, balanced because you're presenting both sides, even though it's in two different pieces.
Yeah.
As long as the weight in each piece is proportionate.
The most recent one I did, that was like at 500.
Would be good for that. That's it for me, though.
Okay, that's all good. And for your first piece, I think Rylan has yet to upload it, so that should be up in the next few days or so.
Yeah, actually, hopefully after this meeting.
Okay. If you want to publish it, then I'll need to, after this meeting, add a bit saying that we tried to contact.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, behind me?
Yeah.
Yeah, like long story short, it's something that happened with Dharmic relatively recently. So Dan just went over there just because he was going to say something in the meeting.
Right, something about an incident at the nest.
Yeah.
Educational
Yeah.
law.
This time I believe it's related to racial profiling. Dan's just trying to get the full meat of the story.
And then, I don't know, I've been seeing Olga post stuff about that guy who's been showing up at.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she's gonna write an article about that. She reached out to police and went to the station yesterday, and I did ask her to check in with library staff members just because it happened again. So we're gonna see if we could get it ready for this issue.
I have a question. Did it happen to her?
I believe it didn't. She was just there because she does work at the library.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because that's what I was worried about. Like, I don't think it would be appropriate for her.
not that loose format.
Yeah, no, I was worried about that too. But she works at the library on certain days. And I did.
Yeah, don't mind me getting mad over this. Answer that, Leslie.
I believe so.
Oh,
If it's
okay.
about the person. Lena isn't here today. I believe, Rylan, you were talking with her about that?
I have not heard from her, so I'm gonna go reach out again.
Okay, thank you. Marshall Stewart, who I believe is in the opinion section. So he's a person from Stateville, and we have permission to do direct. So whatever you feel like, Zachariah, go for it, and we'll just go from there.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the only one we have from Stateville for this issue. Dash, I believe you said you went through your copy edits for the Vinland Saga. So you did. All right, then I'll just do the final EIC edit either today or tomorrow. So that'll be good to go. Bella's piece needs section editing. And we talked about your piece, Zachariah. Rylan, do you have something for?
I have an interview lined up with Dan. He's still chill with it.
Mhm.
I just gotta find hopefully tomorrow or Wednesday.
Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Okay. I'm doing great. Based in the trouble teen industry. And I'm also, I did find some connections where there are connections to that and the Mormon church that I'm going to go into as well as I did kind of change the title. I didn't change it on Airtable yet. It is changed in the original document because I'm going to go into to tie it to NEIU as our school is based on like the education, like as an education school. How to tie it into. how are we going to handle students coming in with this kind of trauma, and how can we care for them the best we can?
Could I make one recommendation to that? Make sure to add in resources for those, like mental health wise.
Yeah, that's what I
Okay.
do also want to talk to, what's her name?
The nurse, are you talking to the head nurse?
No,
Or the person in charge of counseling services.
yeah,
I don't know her.
Nikki, I think so.
Yeah.
I have to reach out, because I've, again, just been trying to find, these people, trying to figure out who's the best, you know? But yeah, this one has a lot of research to it, so.
I mean, I will say, considering you're doing a lot of research into it, it could just be a news piece. But I guess depending on how the format is.
I feel like news pieces, like this one may be too good of a news piece because it's not very related to NEIU.
Okay.
And also Dan's a news editor, and I kind of don't want him to go through that.
Yeah, that's fair because he can't directly edit that because of conflict of
What
interest there.
about sports and
Oh,
health?
because he's.
Oh yeah,
Sports and health section.
and
What
na-
would be the best way?
Yeah.
yeah, because mental health counts for health.
Yeah.
So a NAF could do the edits. For Ryland's piece, well, not God Save My Child because you changed the title, but the one we were just talking about, just because it's going to go into stuff related to, what was it, abuse with, yeah.
Well, it's still going to be, like, the first thing is still going to be God Save My Child.
Mhm.
I just changed up, like, the kind of, like, explanation part of the title. You can look in it on the doc itself, but,
Okay. I'll do so later just because we do have a couple more articles to go through. Oh, Vincent, since you're here, yep, your article needs section editing, which I don't know if the process was explained to you about that. Has it?
I think so.
Okay. Well, just a quick rundown, just for everybody to know. So for section editing, the person in the section that you sent that article to has to look over your piece and do recommended edits on Google Doc. That's why Jasmine emailed you about that to have it on there, just because we need the interactivity from that document to do those edits. After the section editing, you would have to go back to the document and look through the edits. You could accept or reject them because that ultimately is your article. We have from Jasmine usually, unless we have another copy editor.
I'll-
And Anne, can you mute yourself, please? Thank you.
Is it just you right now? This copy editor?
It's supposed to be me, Saeed, and Michelle, but most of the time.
Yeah. And Saeed said he wanted to do more copy editing too.
I know.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah. But-
Will you be on campus on Thursday?
Yeah, Thursdays.
I'll be here Thursday as well, so we can maybe meet up and you give me a little rundown on how you operate the copy edits.
Yeah.
But yeah, once the copy editing is done, then I do the final look through the EIC edit, and then it's ready for publishing. So for that one, it's just direct editing. I don't need any input from you, just the first two editors. You would have to look at and either approve or reject. I would suggest for copy editing, just approve all of them, just because Jasmine is really good at keeping us with AP style, like really good. So she knows best.
And ideally, by the time it gets to Leslie, it should pretty much just be a read.
So long also just, accept and or reject whatever I have to edit. Then as soon as that's done, proofread, and then send the go ahead to the editor, and then that goes on its own cycle. And then, as you just said, at that point it should be ready.
Yeah, it should be ready, and then Leslie will do the final confirmation.
Yeah, that's what we do for all our articles, unless it's like special circumstances, say like a shooting happened on campus and we're just trying to get it done the day of. So
Yeah.
yeah. Oh yeah, you saw the article.
Did I?
Did you?
Was there shooting on campus?
Well, it was
Like,
like
it was in the cemetery. I couldn't get back to the
Well,
nest.
hey, I mean,
we were on
at least
lockdown.
they're
Yeah.
close.
Yeah, we were on lockdown, and
Oh, that's not what I'm making a bad joke. Sorry.
Oh, wow.
What? I mean, you know, you have to transport them to the
Yeah,
cemetery.
you mean like close to death.
Exactly, that's what I meant.
The only thing, they have to have open ditches for that.
There's plenty, I'm sure. You're fine.
Getting
Just
dark.
go talk to the caretaker.
Okay.
Sorry, it's supposed to be fun.
No, just amusing.
This is morbid humor.
As is all of my humor, practically.
Next topic.
Okay. Letter to the editor, which is also direct edits, and that's ready to go. Gabe's article is good to go. Olga isn't here, but I talked about her earlier. Jenming also isn't here, but she has 3 articles that are in progress. Well, actually, Anam, your name is on 2 of those articles, so you can talk about that. Yep, you're good, Dash. Anam,
He's still muted.
Yeah, he's muted.
you're muted. Well, you have 2 articles with Jenming. Yeah, do you have any progress on either one of those? Okay, could you put them on Airtable? Okay, thank you. Yeah.
I'm sorry. In
No.
regards to illustration, I think girls can definitely use that one. Yeah, if that's what you want
Okay.
to do. It's Mean Girls the musical.
Okay.
So it's like the movie.
Wait, is it the movie that just came out?
Yeah,
the
that
movie.
one.
Nice.
Okay.
Wait.
So
I thought that was a re-release of the old movie.
No, it was
No.
a new movie.
For whatever reason, they did a musical. Now they're making a movie adaptation of the musical.
Well,
The music.
it was a musical. Yeah, it was
Now it's
a
a movie musical.
yeah. Which
I was wondering if I could do one about the international weddings one.
oh, I think that's a Nance too.
Yeah.
So a Nance. Where is it?
where is it?
It's postponed.
Oh, that's where it's from.
Okay.
Well, you got time.
Cool. Well. Okay. Well, if I were to do one for Mean Girls, when should my illustration be?
Like, well, we're supposed to be done on the 8th.
Well, for articles.
Like, yeah.
But from what I remember, Hannah usually wants them in by Saturday or Sunday.
Just sweet.
Yeah, which is a quick turnaround, so I understand if there's some hesitation there.
Okay. Well, I'll try to do it.
The next print is next week.
Yeah, we're going back to bi-weekly because last semester we had to do monthly just because of Savannah. It was just not a lot of bandwidth there for production. It was just 3 people.
Yeah,
So yeah, luckily we have like 9 people in production now.
that's very good.
Yeah, but Hannah's gonna graduate after this semester.
They're in closed doors, so I'm poking in here.
Closed doors?
The SGA.
Would you like to introduce yourself and do a check-in?
So check-in is rate your day 1 to 10, and how do you feel about this weather?
Weather's great. I'm Dan, news editor. Anyhow.
I think it was
Number-
inside.
Five.
Do your job.
He also has a show after this. If anybody's at El Centro, he's doing something with the programming board for karaoke.
Right.
I'm also selling my jewelry there.
This is at El Centro
Yeah, it'll
this
be
evening.
yes,
Till when?
8,
Until 8?
8:30, give or take. We're gonna have free food there. We're gonna order pizza. We should have some soda there. If not, it'll probably be what the order.
And most importantly, you should buy my stuff because I'm awesome and I need money.
You're also awesome. I need money.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody at the school is kind of in the category of, I would like more money.
Yeah, that's why I'm selling my stuff because we're also in the category of people spend their money recklessly.
That's great.
I remember when I first started at this school, I was in the PBH building, and in my first psychology course, we were like, name, what are you studying, why are you studying it, and what's one thing you like about any of you? And in my group of like there's 5 of us. I'm the only white person, everyone else is Hispanic, and it just goes everything. And then in the last question, diversity. Then the next person, diversity, 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 diversity. To me, but it's cheap. It is true.
It is.
I just thought it was ironic. I was the one who gave the diverse answer.
Anyway, I think everybody here spoke for themselves about that. I do have a meeting tomorrow from 3 to 4 in the student lounge. So you could meet Hannah there to talk with her about that.
Yeah, I've been trying to remember those names.
Okay.
It's just like halfway. My class ends at 3:30, so I don't know this time.
Oh, I mean, she usually sticks around after 4 too, so you could talk to her. 'Cause
Yeah.
I've seen her like there as late as 7. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's everything on my end. Just checking in with everybody for updates. I think, Rylan, you have a presentation?
Yes. So I found this program that I've been using to take notes. Do you mind stopping sharing on your end?
I don't mind at all. Let me just
So
do this.
there's a program that I found that is really fucking useful for you guys as editors, as writers, because it helps to organize thoughts. I should actually start sharing before I go into this.
Yep.
Sorry, online besties, you cannot see. There we go. So I'm just going to be sharing the notes I took in my history class today because, perfect example. The quality is really shit on this. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's very green.
But basically, it's OneNote, which is a program that we all have access to as NEIU students, as we have the Microsoft Office, and basically it's just really simple to like get notes down if you don't have a paper or if you just want to move your ideas around. Because, like, for example, like about eugenics, horrible topic by the way, it's kind of scary. But yeah, you can move stuff around, very simple like that. And it's honestly really easy just to organize everything because this was not organized like this. I did this after class. It was actually in like 5 different places. So also this can also help when you're trying to come up with what you're going to write for the paper, as sometimes our ideas get a little scattered, especially if we're in an interview and we're going to try to organize how we're going to present this information to our readers. So I did it. I don't know what else to say, but I just want you guys to know that this exists. It's free to us to use. And
You say it's called OneNote?
OneNote, it's Microsoft. There may be an app for it. I'm not sure. Yeah.
if
Why
it's
did you
Microsoft-
sit directly into the sun? I feel like
I'm not.
I still feel like you're kind of blinded because the sun's that way.
Hey, the sun's out. It hasn't been for like 3 weeks.
That is nice for a change.
But
They should have an app because it's a Microsoft thing, so they should have it with like other Microsoft products.
I'm not too sure about that, but that is definitely something to look into. Because-
Also, like Google Docs, like they use whatever you write in Google Docs, they use that in like other AI.
Yeah.
So Microsoft is, since it's not attached to Google Docs, like everything they use like there is not going to be
Exactly. And
in AI.
Oh, that's good.
Also-
For now.
For now.
Yeah, for
you should
now.
double check the, because the thing is like with all of these programs, it's as long as it's quote unquote free to use, it's the data that you're giving it is what you're paying for.
yeah.
And so that's also part of the reason why I haven't started writing a lot of my more serious topics on Google, because I'm like, I don't want them owning that.
And with the Microsoft OneNote, it's what was I gonna say? I don't know. I completely lost. I derailed.
Praising OneNote.
Yes. It's also just easier than Google Docs because you can move shit around and create little It's like having like a physical notebook where you could draw stuff in it, but at least you can move the pages instead of having to rip them out, taping them on. That's actually what I did in high school because we did not have this, but it's really useful, and I want to make sure you guys have the material you need for you should do the best of you.
Okay. Thank you, Riley.
You said it's free to use, like with our NAU login?
Yes. You just put in your login, basically your mail ID, all of that.
Okay. Yes.
So just to jump off from that, so there's a few other programs that I think also are able to be used. But I know for studying psychology, so it's more so for me, but if anyone's ever doing a story or something that involves research or research papers, if you use the Northeastern login for like PubMed, which is where a lot of publications and published research things are, we have access to them without having to pay for the actual for much of the research that's out in the world, just through the university. Then I think there's another Microsoft program. I don't know if it's called, I don't think it's OneNote, but it's something similar.
Oh. You mean this one, Monty?
Yeah, PubMed. When you go through PubMed, if you're like doing any research on like something that involves a scientific paper, you can use your student login and like Northeastern website, Northeastern code, or Northeastern as an institution to allow you to access much of the
Microsoft To Do or Microsoft Teams?
soft something.
It's not Teams because it's more like an instant chat. Though.
Okay.
Thinking more along the lines of something that's like Google Docs, but Microsoft that's free. Microsoft Office 365.
Oh yeah.
Office 365 is also free for all students at NAU for at least a year.
Okay. There was something, it's Google related, but it worked out for a submission we got from
Look how
Stateville.
much it is.
Google
normally.
Lens, you could copy text from a photo and you could paste it on Google Docs or wherever you have like notes, which worked out great because a lot of what we get from Stateville is like handwritten or printed out. And it's like a lot of typing for us to do on our end.
So you can scan it.
Yeah, just scan it and just put it on there.
Wait, how did you do that?
That's not a lot.
Yeah, that's how I did it for that
No,
piece.
I'm asking.
I just held it up, use it through Google Lens, and just go to Homework tab, and then it just gets you to copy the text. That's how I did it Friday. And it was almost 1,000 words.
Wait, can you do that for like textbooks? Like, let's say, for example, you go to the library.
Yeah,
you use like Google Lens homework.
you could. Just it has to be clear enough so like there's not enough light in the picture itself.
Like glare.
Yeah, no glare, and then you just copy the text.
You just found the cheat code.
Yeah. I don't want to pay for textbooks.
Oh God, speaking of cheap, like students were getting in trouble last year for like having ChatGPT write their papers. I saw one of the professors was like, you have to handwrite it and turn it in now. And then so someone built a like 3D printer that had it connected to the ChatGPT thing that was pencil attached to it. That would write out everything that was programmed in. And I'm like, God, the ingenuity in
Just write the
cheating.
paper.
Right, just write the paper.
You test your brain so much with it.
But hey, you know, I can't really fault them for that creativity to get around it.
Rylan, do you want to bring up the pitch that was given to you by Mark?
Oh yeah, this is definitely something I would like to cover personally because holy shit, this is a safety issue. I like going up 2% because it's in my blood at this point,
Do you
man.
need the screen or you're good?
No,
I mean, it makes sense though to go up and talk about it because you're actually going to be visible to that.
yeah, I'm actually gonna fix this. There we go. All right. So it was what's his name? Mark. How do you say his last name?
Bellinger?
Bellinger. Mark Bellinger brought up an amazing point. That he figured out from just kind of questioning the police. So apparently, I don't know if you could see any out here. The blue emergency. I feel like you know about this.
I know. I just see where this is going.
So the blue emergency buttons that are supposed to alert the police if you're in distress, don't work. So
None of them?
None of them.
Oh, God.
I'm not surprised.
So, and the school is still paying this company that has them all around our campus for things that don't work. And that brings in a safety issue, as we've heard about the
pillars.
Or the shooting.
There's a shooting.
Or the
there's
guy at the library.
library guy, and also the harassment that happened at the visual. There's been so many safety risks at the school this last semester and starting into this semester that it does bring a worry for students, as we may be a small campus and this is considered a safe area, but there are still a lot of concern for students who I mean walk at night because of they're getting off work. I mean, that used to be me when I worked at Chipotle. I would walk through, that entrance with the
The one by the P complex.
the one by P complex.
No, the
Oh,
one
hi,
on.
Jenny. I just saw your text.
You mean the entrance on St. Louis right over there
Yeah.
by the woods?
So basically it is not those are not working, and walking alone when they don't even change the light bulbs over there, it is scary as fuck. And it does bring a worrying concern that these things that are supposed to protect us aren't working, because even though they promote NSAFE like crazy, there's gonna be times where our phone, trying to get to, it takes me it'll take me 4 seconds, almost a minute to even find that app on my phone. So trying to
Another angle of that would be what about students who are in such circumstances where they can't afford smartphones or things like that?
That is a good point, because we have things like that.
Or people who just choose
because
not
you
to.
missed this from walking in, the 15 blue pillars that are supposed to be emergency, you press the button and it alerts the police that there's something going on there. They don't work.
They don't work. None of them work?
And none of them work.
Oh.
So this is something I'm covering.
I think we can do a whole series of articles throughout the semester about just
Safety issues.
the police
You could.
and safety
Honestly.
issues, or them not doing their jobs.
Exactly.
Honestly, if you have anything you want to share about them not doing their jobs, because I do.
I have a lot.
Honestly, stand up here.
Long story short,
Oh,
they
whatever
don't
happened,
present?
did we ever do anything about the parking?
No, we
Enforcement?
never did, because we were talking about it, and then I think you were gonna do it, or something happened that we just did not do it.
Last year was such a chaos for me.
You
I
were
can't even
not.
remember.
Wrong.
Them not enforcing parking.
Well, so long story short is a few years ago they fired the person whose job it was to enforce parking, issue tickets and whatnot, to ostensibly save money, and then essentially they said, all right, the police, now it's your problem. The police was like, well, it's not in our union contract. There was negotiation, they put it in the contract, and long story short, as far as I remember, at least as of last year, the scanning device on the vehicle that would scan plates to tell you whether or not they're registered to park here or not wasn't working. The software had never been updated. So they haven't been issuing tickets for people who are not technically registered to park in the lots for the last 2 or 3 years.
They have updated it since then. They've been reinforcing that, and there was actually an incident with alumni parking, because there are spots there for free, and they actually ticketed somebody from the Lizard.
In one of the free spots?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're enforcing it now.
And I would also like to bring up, I shared this with the editors in our program, that the Independent got a new, or not the Independent, the Nest has got a new security. Do you remember the name?
I thought you texted it.
I
A new
did.
company?
Yeah, new company. So that may be a cost for some.
Age security investors.
Yeah, investigators. They are starting to check every student for IDs that walk in the Nest, even if they see you physically scan your way to get in for the first place.
So does this feel like it's helpful or like it's objecting?
It's annoying as fuck.
And that's actually why Dan went next door, because Darlene went through that 3 times. So he was gonna discuss that in his meeting.
Oh, that's what you meant by
Yeah,
that
that's
profiling
right.
thing.
Yeah,
Ah.
because I believe it was the same time. It was just,
And that's one of those things where that's a story where if you're going to pursue it, you should take a look at both sides. For sure. It's annoying, but what was it like before? How many people were just going in without being checked?
Yeah. I did not sign my guests in for like a little too long.
I know you signed me in.
Yeah, because you aren't Ross, because Ross can wiggle his ass through the fucking security.
Wait, but before there was the shooting, did you have to sign in? Or?
Before the shooting, still it was the same thing.
Okay. Isn't this like new chicken thing started last night?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, super fresh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I walked in. I'm
Oh
like,
my God, 3 times in a night?
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. That's
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say.
that's super excessive.
Apparently, Garmick is pissed.
yeah, no, like
I understand that.
I would walk in and out. It's like, cause me and my roommate went to go get ice cream. Cause I already walked in after class. I was like, here's my ID. I walked out, and I remember coming in before getting ice cream. It was like, hey, can I see your ID? I was like, oh, this guy's forgetful. I give him my ID. Then when me and my roommate come back from ice cream, he's asking for my ID again. It's the same guy. Like, how do you not remember me?
Well, it might be one of those situations where, like, because they are on camera, they might need a record of them checking IDs every time. Well, so again, like, I mean, I get it; it's annoying to deal with, but it might be one of those like legal things they have to do. Like when you go, like, if you've ever been to a dispensary, if you go in and you get your ID checked like
That's
4
a little different,
times,
though. You know, that's
it is different. I agree. But
I'm more on y'all's end where this sounds like bullshit, and it certainly sounds like a thing that could like go from being like helpful or useful to like hurting somebody at some point. You know, that person maybe they don't have their ID, but they showed it to them like 20 minutes ago. They don't have it on, and it could cause an altercation that could end up in the student being harmed. You know, and that's what I envision.
And also,
the negative outlook on that.
do you have to have a physical copy of your ID, or
Yes.
like with your ID number? Do they
You
have
have to have a physical copy.
They can't just like look up your ID number or anything like that?
Sounds like it could go.
Okay, not to interrupt, and I know this is super rude, but like I have to leave. I was like coming, I was coming, and you're just to like I don't know, say hi and stuff, like make sure I didn't miss anything. But
Just upload the Google link for your article, please.
Yeah, because you
Okay.
have 3.
I will.
Well, and Nantha, he was going to cover the other 2, but there's like one with just your name on it.
Yeah.
Okay, I sent him one, but I don't know if like I just.
Winkle piece.
I think Gabe just kind of spoiled something.
What was the game?
I believe the one you had was the Preckwinkle piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do plan on doing that one. I sent him a different one, but.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just as long as you have it submitted before Thursday. Just
Okay.
Yeah, so we could do our editing.
I plan to do one a day, so I should
Okay.
be.
That's my section, so I'm your guy.
Thanks. Austin, does anyone want popcorn? I just like it's there. I did not touch it.
I have enough.
Okay. No,
Thank you.
I don't know what to do with it because
Well,
I
I'll
was
take
like,
it if nobody else will.
okay.
I'll take the bullet.
I was walking by alumni hall and they were like, "Do you have popcorn? We have free popcorn." So I was like, "We haven't even going on until 4." Anyway, I need to go to another meeting, but it was nice seeing you guys.
There, Demi.
Also, thank you for
Yeah.
letting us.
Oh yeah,
The shirt. I'm talking about the shirt, girl. Not the
You'll see me
newspaper.
wearing it more often. All right, bye everyone.
Bye, see you later.
Yep. Oh, one more thing, because we are trying to do more promo items. I'm trying to like put some stuff together to present to Mary, just because we were trying to get like cups in for promo items, but I'm trying to get T-shirts and I think stickers. But if anybody else has other ideas,
I can do
yes,
some mock-ups. I like art.
yes, please, actually. Yeah, because for T-shirts, I've tried to design a few, and I think just because we've had like the prices were like way too much, we didn't really get T-shirts in the last year. But now we're trying to get it. At least I want to try to do something for the independent, just better up. Yeah. Yes.
Journals.
Journals.
Personal independent journals. I mean, we're a newspaper. Notebooks.
Oh,
okay.
Journalism. I was like,
No,
I
that's
thought
what
you-
we're doing.
that's the whole point. No, but journals to like give out to reporters when they join and be like, hey, you can use this for note taking. For
That is kind of tight. You know?
Like the journals that you have.
I mean, don't you go that? That's expensive. I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
I have an $80 pen that I need to get more ink for.
That's fucking wild.
Oh, my friend made it.
No.
and it's one of those situations where, you know, the whole saying, the pen is mightier than the sword. This one actually is. I could probably beat someone to death with this pen It's super heavy.
Is that what you yelled at me about that pen last year?
Yes.
That
See,
pen?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I used it to sign somebody's name in for media report.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah,
Actually.
my friend built it for me. He made it.
Oh, that's fucking awesome.
And door. I'm gonna go to the radio room. I gotta go check in with them.
Okay.
What time does that thing start at Middleton?
It starts from 5 and I'll end at 8. So you have a car, so you can get there.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to be back here around 8 to use the recording room.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, we'll be there a little bit after 8 too. So yeah.
Pleasure to meet you all. Maybe before that.
Yeah.
Zach?
Yep.
Do you prefer Zach or Zach?
Zach's fine.
Zach. And it was Abby?
Yeah.
Okay, and I know you too. Nice to meet you guys.
See ya.
Yeah. Okay. What time is it now? Oh, okay.
Before.
Oh,
I
almost.
think this was a pretty eventful meeting.
Yes. Very productive too. We got a lot done. Yes.
On into it.
Unless anybody has anything else they want to say before we do.
I'm gonna add some pitches to Airtable if anybody wants to cover it.
Okay, please
Couple
do.
of Black Caucus events.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, you were talking about that a little bit at the last meeting, I think.
Yeah.
If
I
you
got
want,
the dates for it finally.
All right, sick.
if you could send them to me so I could put it in our weekly emails
Yeah.
too. So yeah,
Absolutely.
I do
Because
want
I'm
to.
not sure if I'll be able to cover them either, but whoever can.
It would be good to cover them regardless.
About-
Just have someone cover them.
No.
So yeah, thank you everybody for participating, being here at the meeting. It'll be from 5 to 8 at El Centro. If anybody wants to do karaoke. Oh, and Dash, you could do the food review. I think you wanted to do that for a while. Just letting you know.
I'm disconnecting
you
you.
can only get reimbursed for $20. So don't try to get expensive stuff. Okay. And anime, you're more than welcome to do that as well. We